limes. All my favourite cuisines and drinks use a lot of limes. And I'm up here in Dimbula, Far North Queensland, to find out why this tasty citrus thrives in these conditions. So Chris, this is one I feel that everyone is gonna know, the humble lime. I think it's probably used in every cuisine around the world. It's such a cool, versatile ingredient. And, you know, this is pretty amazing. They've just continuously...
Yes.
Fruity.
They are. They're an amazing tree up here in tropical North Queensland. They're year-round. We can pick them every week.
So these trees, they look pretty beefy. So how old are these?
Well, these ones are actually only 4 years old now.
Oh, wow.
So
quick.
They're pretty good growers.
And what's the lifespan?
20 years would be a good lifespan for these trees.
Yeah, so you get your plate full.
You get a few years out of them.
So Chris, tell me about this farm and how'd you become, you know, growing all of this great produce?
I grew up roughly about 20 minutes from here in Aragga, and my family has a history of cane farming in Aragga.
Yeah, right.
So bought the farm. It's an ex-tobacco farm.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah. It had a few lime trees and a bit of pawpaw and papaya on it.
So limes predominantly. Are you farming, or is it a bit of a mix with seasons, or?
So pawpaw, papaya, limes, they're all pretty well equal on this farm at the moment. Our season is 52 weeks of the year. We produce these crops year round.
Yeah, right. Well, it sounds exactly like my cooking in a nutshell.
Yeah, well, that's right.
So we're up here on the tablelands, and it was just crazy to see the landscape change. Like when we got off the plane in Cairns, it's just thick, dense, green rainforest. When we came up into the Atherton, and here it's like sparse almost.
Semi-arid.
Yeah.
There's a big change in the 100 kilometres from the coast here. We've got some elevation here at about 490 metres, and yeah, different soils the whole way. The sandy soils are free draining. We're able to get on our farm straight away after the rain. So
yeah, right.
it has very minimal impact to our picking and packing.
And like irrigation and things like that, how do you bring all the water into farm?
So here in Dimbula, we're part of the Mariba Dimbula water supply scheme. We've got Tinaroo Dam as our main source of water. So it's got a series of channels and pipelines which provide water to all the farms out here.
Oh, wow. So we always see Tahitian limes in the supermarkets and markets. Is that really the only lime that there is, or is there more varietals?
That's the main variety. That's the one that's commonly grown, the one that you'll see in drinks and that you'll use mainly in the kitchen.
And there's almost a bit of sweetness to them. I think that's why they're popular, right?
Absolutely. They've got a beautiful taste and smell about them. Even when you walk into the pack shed here, you can smell it straight away. It's quite remarkable.
So how, like we're talking tons here, you know, in a
Yes.
year, like?
Yes, absolutely.
What would you do, like on average?
Oh, it varies tree to tree depending on their age. Anywhere up to 40 cartons a tree. We have a good growing conditions for them here. You know, we've also got a lot of extra sunlight because we're on the western tablelands. So we end up with a nice, clean, dark fruit.
So what's next? What's the progression? What's in the future for the farm?
Well, I'm still young, so I wouldn't mind getting a few more farms, but might have to talk to the Rabobank manager about that, but we'll see how that goes.
No, it'd be so great. I love it up here. I love North Queensland, and you know, I'd love to come back and just see the progression, see what you've done next. We'll have to make a trip back up next year and touch base, or get you down to Brizzy for a meal at Stanley.
Absolutely, I'd love that.
No, I'd love it too. I can't wait. Walking through those rows and rows and rows of limes with Chris up at Rocky Top Farms, I could think about one dish and one dish only, aguachiles. So this uses limes in a completely different way than you would normally be used to. Heaps of lime juice in this dish actually cures the fish, along with chili and coriander, all blended up into a really tasty sauce and eaten with actually salada crackers. But in America or in Mexico, they call these saltine crackers, and they're the perfect scoop-in vessel to eat this delicious fish dish. So I'm going to get started with these limes first. I'm just going to halve them, all of them. And for this dish, I'm actually going to blend all these really tasty, spicy ingredients together to go on top of our snapper. So I'm going to squeeze out all the lime juice from these beautiful limes. All right. So in with the lime juice, I'm going to go a little bit of water, and then I'm going to go with these beautiful long green chilies. So I'm just going to halve these green chilies, and then we're going to take out the seeds, and we're going to blend them all together. So here we're just going to take out the seeds along with the membrane in one quick slice, just so we don't get that white pith and the seeds inside this dressing, because we want it to be really green. Now we'll just chop up these chilies, just a rough chop. It's all going to get blended anyway. And in the blender, in with a few cloves of garlic, a little bit of fish sauce. Gonna go in a little bit of sea salt as well, some fresh cracked pepper, a good hit of olive oil, and to add a great hit of colour and fresh flavour, some chopped coriander. Once that's all in, we're going to blend it up. A nice high-powered blend is really good for this because you want it to be completely liquid. You don't want any grit or flakes in there. So a nice high-powered upright blender's the best for the job. Awesome, that lime, that zingy, zesty flavour. It's perfect, it's nicely balanced. I'm going to move on to our fish. So I've got some beautiful snapper here. Separate these fillets first. Okay, I'm just going to show you how to take off this skin. Take our knife underneath the flesh, find that skin. Snapper's great because it's got a nice, thick, sturdy skin. We just want to angle our knife down towards the skin and use it as a guide to actually remove from the flesh. Flip it over. And now, aguachiles. We like to do a nice dice to actually match our cucumber and our onion that's going to be in the final dish. So we want to just run down some strips of the fish, just like that. You really want to have it not too small because you want to be able to enjoy the texture of the fish, especially after it's cured by the lime. So once we have our dice We'll just pop it into the bowl. Now we've got our fish nicely diced up. We can add a couple of good spoons of diced cucumber and diced onion. This is going to be great. A little bit extra flavour, colour and texture in the finale. Give that a nice stir. Now we'll add our beautiful rocky top lime aguachile. Look at that colour of those beautiful limes and chilies and coriander. It's absolutely perfect. Give it a good mix, and this is actually when all that beautiful lime juice is going to be curing the fish. And you can leave this to cure for a few minutes to get that beautiful texture. We'll plate it up. I used to go to so many different restaurants all over Southern California and into Mexico in search of different recipes and different styles of aguachiles. And out of all of the recipes I had and all the different dishes I ate, I came up with this recipe. Served with some beautiful crackers. And that is just Mexico in one plate. This is beautiful rocky top lime aguachiles with fresh snapper.